Hello, and thank you for joining me. I am JD, this is Kenshi, and we are going to continue. So, last episode, we managed to fight off quite a few bandits and a bunch of animals, and so on and so forth. Right now, we have Elliot and Terrence right now healing up at the rebel base. They seem to be doing pretty good so far. We just got everybody kind of mining at the moment, just to make things kind of progress, and hopefully we can get a bunch more of these metal plates. Make sure everybody's still working here. So I think this episode we are going to. I would really like to find getting another couple of recruits is good for numbers. And I mean, we have enough food now. Our guys are actually doing pretty good with their stats. So a couple of newbies would either slow us down a little bit because we're going to end up having to carry them, or they might end up just dying altogether. So I'm hoping we could recruit someone maybe down the line a little bit further. It'd be nice to have a settlement somewhat started before we get a few more recruits. That way, at least they'll have somewhere to stay and not be out in the open where everybody else usually is. So hopefully we can find a nice little spot to bunker down. I thought about doing it here, but I don't know. This is a good little starting area. I mean, we've got so many choices and places to go around here. So it does make sense to kind of just stick around for a bit and just kind of keep fighting. I mean, there's not much else we could do. We could go exploring, but if we go exploring, then we're in for probably a lot of trouble. So just have to kind of bear with me here. Once we get up to at least level 40 and 50, we'll be able to handle a lot more harder people to take on. So most of the most of the groups and stuff are level 40 that are out in the wilds. So we have to pretty much be fairly careful. Like I said before, I don't really want to lose a bunch of people to silly scenarios. Hobbs is going to. Don't necessarily want you to do that quite yet. I'll just leave that for a little bit later. Got some outlaws over here, though. These guys aren't really enemies to us, so it's nice to have at least some friendlies. So we got some dust bandits over here we could interact with. Looks like this is now full, so we're gonna have to do a run and chain or bring some of those over. So for right now, let's gather up these guys. Let's check on Terrence is pretty good and Elliot is good as well. So let's get everybody over here. Take the jobs off. And let's see if we can find those. Oh, we got a couple groups out here. Just gonna double check what they are. So we got bandits and more bandits. They are going to fight someone over here, it seems. Got some more hungry bandits over here. Probably get involved with this. I know it's not going to last long for that hungry bandit, as he's singled himself out. For some reason, I didn't get a bow from that last little group where I said I thought I had one, and I was looking in the wrong inventory. This guy's really sticking up for himself. There we go. Okay, Hobbs, it's time to do your thing. You can head over here. Shitstick can do the same with this guy. And then the rest of us can take on who we please. And this time we'll try and get one of the toothpicks from one of these dead guys, because we know we're going to win. Alright, James, you can make sure this guy doesn't get up. Again, we're going to end up taking... Whoops. That's kind of funny. I try and take the bag off my back and I give it to him, and He says, "Hey, no stealing." Well, I'm sorry to say, but I'm taking my stuff back. All right, Hobbs, you take this one. Okay, you can take that and this. Now you can be set up for ranged, which is better than constantly going after the melee. Let's see if we can grab a few more items here. Alright, so I managed to grab everything off all the bodies here. We've got lots of stuff to sell now. So I'm just going to head back up into, I guess, just the rebel base here. They should have enough money for me, so that shouldn't be an issue. Alright, so I did a little bit of selling there. We've got 73,500, and I guess let's try and find another group here. Hopefully we can just keep hammering out these battles with dust bandits. Eventually we can probably head back to their little domain of the unknown tower here, and possibly we could take it over. And that's the one spot where we lost our friend. Geez, what was his name? So I think our buddy's name was Bobby Gonzalez, and he was very unfortunate to lose his life due to my negligence, I guess, upon looking at stats while carrying our friend, and he died in our arms, basically. Super shame. I do feel very bad about that, but that is the world of Kenshi, and you just gotta be careful. So I'm just gonna head up into town here. We're going to kind of deliver some of these, what do you call them? Building supplies. We could probably try and set up this building here, and then at least we can recruit a couple people and get them to start building some stuff inside, while the rest of us kind of get our strength up and become better warriors. How many do I need? I have 27, so I need 13 building supplies, which is kind of why I wanted to build this, to get that underway. So maybe we will kind of get that settled and fight whoever comes by. Alright, so back down at the mining operation here, we've got a bit of a group of hungries. Might as well take them out of the equation here so we don't have any issues, even though we should be fine. The killers to continue building here. Let's get everybody else to kind of do some damage. Elliot, we could probably, I guess, take the bags off the people who can. Those killers doesn't need it on anymore. Hobbs is taking on 2 people. I guess that's fine. Got quite a bit going on here. Maybe we should get Mr. Killers to help him out. Alright, that went pretty well. Alright, so after many hours of completing everything here and getting everything up and operational, we finally have the last 8 building materials we need. So I'm just going to take everybody off their jobs. We are going to kind of gather all the materials that we have made and bring them up to the hub. And of course, as we're heading up into town, we run into a bunch of these guys. So this should be fun. Wow, Killer's really got in the middle of it. Got a little bit of support here from a local. Oh, Mr. Gibbler went down. That's kind of surprising. Alright. Well, I guess we'll need some bedtime after this one. It's pretty much unfortunate. I think he should get up on his own. I don't think this is gonna bother him too much. Not too sure what everybody's running up for, probably to get some food. Alright, there we go. Mr. Gibbler's up. Shouldn't be an issue now. Alright, let's get everybody back up into town here. And presto, unfortunately we have this tree in our way. I'm not too sure if that's gonna disappear over time or not, but that's kind of a minor thing right now. At least we've got a nice little base here. We can actually start up a bit of kind of a workstation here. At least we'll have a bigger space to expand now. And Mr. Gibbler, unfortunately, you have suffered some wounds, so let's get a couple of these beds kind of laid out here. I will need to get a couple more books to set up for more crafting. So need 3 more building supplies for this thing. Not too sure how I'm going to set all this up, but we'll set it all up and be right back. Alright, so looking at the bar here, we do have one lady who's wanting to join up. We might make her one of the local smiths here. Not too sure we have a name given for her. Nobody's really requested a name, probably because not too many have been interested. So we'll call her Lady Mirage. Should be fine. We can get her into doing a bit of the smithing. Looks like that's the only one in town, so let's get these two over. Let's grab some of the supplies out of this bin here. Alright, so we're all set up here. We've got a couple chests just for random stuff. We've got Lady Mirage here working away at the bladesmithing. So hopefully we can leave her here and she can kind of continue to do her thing. We'll make sure we shut the door and lock it, so if any Holy Nation or anyone else comes over, they won't try to steal her. We can buy enough food at the bar here if she does become dry of food. Hopefully Mr. Gibbler, he does require a little bit longer to sleep, so we'll give some of these other guys a chance to have a rest as well. And I guess we'll see what comes next. Alright, so we were just in town, and I seen this one outlaw here have a pretty cool little, what do you call that? I guess a crossbow. Looked pretty fancy, so I'm not too sure if that's a better one than normal, or what the case may be, but I think I want it, and I'm going to take it. So let's just set these 3 up to attack. Shouldn't be a big issue. Just attack all and make sure our bags are off, of course. That would always be helpful. These guys should be pretty easy to take care of. They're only level 10 to 17, I think. It's level 11. Got 10 over here. No big deal at all. Okay, so let's get Godric over here. Check out what kind of a bow this is. So it is just a spring bat. Looks a lot different, but at least we can take it from that group. Just take all their cats. They can keep their weapon. I don't need those. Not worth very much anyway. Alright, well that's cool. Everybody else seemed to want to fight too, so that's good. Alright, I guess we could send everybody back. Hobbs, you can continue doing your thing. Lady Mirage looks like she was out of iron. So we could probably get a couple more people working on the iron and stuff afterwards. So I'm thinking we'll just get everybody back at the base here. We'll probably end the episode here, and I will try to get some iron plates and stuff set up for next episode. I don't know why she's not working, but she should be. It needs electricity. Well then, I guess you would be right. We're gonna have to work on getting some books and getting our research up enough to make a windmill. I think that's something we can craft. Electrics, fuel generator. Okay. Guess we can't quite make that yet. I think we need to search. We're gonna have to research this, and that's gonna require 2 books, and this is going to require 3 building material. So we will conclude this episode with blazing success. Got ourselves a new recruit. She can work on the weaponsmithing. We can make some kind of passive income that way and get better weapons in the same process. So guys, hope you enjoyed. Leave a like down below, comment, and please subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much for watching. JD out.